In the column strength test challenge of Knowledge and Skill Builder 4, what I need to do is I need to determine what kind of a column will be necessary to hold up a dead weight, and I have 3 different weights that I'll be challenged with. I have a light weight, I have a medium weight, and I have a heavy weight. And the column will be one of 3 materials. It will either be plastic, or it will be wood, or it will be metal. And of course each of those has a different strength. So I'm going to load up my first test. I can see over here on the left that it says current test number of 9. So there's 9 possible tests that I'm going to go through one at a time. This is 1. And I don't have a material yet being tested, and I don't have a weight. So I'm going to left click on this blue button, and when I do, the doors open up and the crane comes out, and it's going to move the weight over to the platform. So now I'm on test 1. The material that's being tested is wood. So my column is made of wood. And the test that I'm going to be using is a medium weight. So I have light, medium, and heavy. So this is a medium weight. What kind of a column is going to be necessary to hold up this dead load? I'm going to choose a thickness of the column, and I'm going to do that by clicking on one of these buttons. And each of these buttons has a label, and that's how much this material costs. So each test I can possibly earn 100 energy points, but I subtract the cost of the material. So if I set it to the thickest column and that costs 80 points, then I could only earn a possible 20 points from this particular test, and I have 9 tests. So I'm going to see, just as an example, what would happen if I said, okay, for this medium weight with wood, I'm going to select the thinnest column, and I'm only going to spend 40 points. Let's see if that will hold up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to left click on the green button right here, and when I do, I can see, it didn't work. So it's not going to be a thick enough column to hold up that dead weight, and I didn't earn any points for test number 1. So my column test score up here says 0, and now I'm going to be doing test number 2 now. That's the next test coming up. So I'm going to hit the load button again, the blue one, and I can see, okay, my material being tested is metal, and the weight that's going to be on there is light. So I can see now my column is metal, and I'm going to determine, might be a little bit easier to see if I got a little farther away. I'm going to determine the weight, the thickness, of the column. So does it need to be the thickest, or possibly it could be the thinnest? Let's see. I'm going to try out the thin metal column and see if that will hold up and stay in place for this lightest weight. So I'm going to left click on the green button and test. And when I do, sure enough, it stays in place. I only spent 40 points, so I earned 60, and I've completed test number 3. The doors close, so now I can start the next test, and I do that by hitting this load button. And now I have my 3rd material. So now my column is made of plastic, and I have a heavy weight. So which one of these is going to be necessary to hold up the heavy weight? What's stronger, wood, metal, or plastic? So I need to make these decisions and experiment with this testing unit and see how many points I can possibly earn out of my 9 tries.